Greetings, greetings, everyone. Welcome to the video. Welcome to the video where we talk quite a whole lot of things concerning spirituality, generational curses. Breaking generational curses. Self development, finding healing. Right, having to fight these battles that most of the time, sometimes maybe when you grow up into this world and you're discovering yourself, you find you find yourself sometimes in the midst of these battles that you're fighting, and it's almost like they're battles that really have nothing to do with you type thing, right? But mostly, just to put focus in what we are talking about today, I want to talk about how we mostly sometimes find ourselves battling against um against what was not really supposed to be our battle in the first place, right? For example, battling against our parents' divorces, right? The things that happened in the past by our great great grandfathers, or just by the family lineage, right? By the generation that you grow up into, and finding a path already curved. But sometimes this path is curved in a path that's not of righteousness, right? And it's like throughout the whole journey, a lot changed. It's like a lot from what's godly, let me say, right? It's like people lost themselves, though in most cases, and I mean like they lost of themselves is that they are not aware that they lost themselves, right? They're just going on a path, and it's like they're walking blindly type thing. Okay. Now, so I thought we should tackle this, and because I know that a whole lot are dealing with such. Okay. For example, the other day I went to a different country, right? Like I had to like drive my grandfather to go to church in a different country, right? And it's like far away from where we stay. So at some point as we were there, I needed to charge my phone, right? So I decided, okay, let me go look for a place where I can charge my phone, because I was running low on battery, and I was looking for a socket where I can like plug in my phone. And now as I was there, I realized it's a socket that like most people use to to connect the what you call this kettle that you use for boiling water, right? So most people come there, so they'll find me there charging my phone. They will ask, "Can we please uh boil some water for a couple of minutes? Then you can continue charging your phone." So just by me being at that area, it like exposed me to meeting other people and conversating with other people, right? So later on, as I was there, this guy walks in. He's almost like, I think I'm a little bit older than him, right? But he's just he's like close to my age type guy, right? So he walks in, and immediately we spark a conversation, okay? And this conversation, it's quite a similar one with what I'm talking about today, because it involves um it involves our parents, like finding yourself sometimes as a kid and you just see the world quite very differently than your parents, but then it seems like your parents do not want to understand where your point of view is, right? It's like they're just focused, it's like they're self-centered in what they want for you, and it's like they just neglect what you want for yourself. Sometimes it's like sometimes they're just not trying so hard to 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 help you, to help you in such a way that they put yourself in your shoes and try to see where you are when it comes to understanding things and going forward, and just your self-awareness to things, right? So this guy goes, I don't know what actually sparked the conversation for us to talk about parents, but he goes, he was talking something like how it's almost like his parents are not supportive in what he wants to do in such a way, right? As in, like, his parents, it's almost like his parents are failing to understand his point of view at things, and it's like they're neglecting um his way of path, right? uh I'm trying to say it in such a way that you guys will understand, but it's almost like that parents are just ignorant at what he does, and it's like they just don't want to understand about the type of path that um he's trying to take, right, in life. And this led me to me giving him an example by using a story about how Jesus' parents, right? Jesus' parents wanted to see him when he was like at this other place, and he was in a position where he quite battled a lot and made it up on his own, right? And on the way, he's like, I think he met people who actually understood him better, more than more than how his parents understood him, right? So like when he was in this position that God has placed him at, Jesus' parents showed up and they wanted to see him. Excuse me. Jesus' parents showed up and they wanted to see him, right? And I think they sent somebody saying, "Go tell Jesus that his parents are here and they want to see him," right? So this guy who was sent gets there and tells Jesus, "Your parents are outside and they want to see you," right? So this is what Jesus said. He said, "I don't know who you're talking about because my parents are here with me." Okay, so his mother and father was outside and they wanted to see him, and he told that person who was sent to call him. He told him, "I don't know who you're talking about because my mother and my father are here with me." And basically, what he was trying to say is the people who do understand me and who supported me in what I wanted to do are here with me, right? The people who understood me, right, are here with me, right? And I told him this. I'm like, even Jesus' parents just didn't believe in his path, right? They only started believing in his path when God has already walked him through it and he was on the other side, right? So that's what I told this guy. And he seemed like he was at that point where, like, it's almost that he had to like give up on his dreams. But I tried giving him enlightenment and hope and be like, listen, your parents sometimes cannot really believe in what you're doing till sometimes you have not given up and you have pursued it. That's when they're like, oh, now we see what you were trying to do, right? And you're already on the other side type thing, right? And the other ones is, as this video began, I was talking about divorcing and all that, right? The other one, which I think other people are battling against, is where like two parents are married and they divorce, right? So this child is stuck between the divorce, and it's like there's this huge dysfunction that was already going on, right? And it's like you're dealing with two parents who really haven't really found healing. They may say they have found healing, but they haven't really found healing. And it's like because life is actually spiritual than it is physically, they don't understand the type of battles they have put you through when it comes to energetically. Because when there is, especially a mother and father, because they made you, they came together to make you. So when, if for example, if it happens that they get into a fight, you feel it, more than they themselves can, right? So it's like the energy gets directed to you. So it's like sometimes you find your mother treating you a certain way just because they got hidden intention. And it's like in God, there's just nothing that's hidden, right? You think you think you're hiding something, but God just finds a way of revealing it, right? And it's like you can see right through these people that truly it's not like they have held actually, right? So it's like these curses and these energies that you as the child have to deal with, right? I don't know if I'm making sense. And it's like you're dealing with it in such a way that sometimes you are looking at them and it's like these people do not see, they do not see where they need to do the fixing or the healing, right? And it's like you look at them and you see that they haven't really done the healing work, they're still in that energy, right? And it's like they don't see this. So because you has been chosen by God to fix these things, you see them, right? And it's like sometimes it's at a point where you cannot really fix them, right? And it's like you just it's at a point where the only thing you could do is help yourself by removing yourself in such places, right? And it's like you just have to love them from afar type thing. Okay. And the other ones they're quite very deep, but I want to make a video specifically for these ones where like you grew up into the family and these people sometimes you find out that they were not really godly. They had their own practices. Maybe they practice witch magic and maybe to get promotions, to get wealth, to get this. And little do they know that they're actually inviting deities and entities into the family, right? So you get born into this family and it's like these energies are fighting against you and your life, right? And it's like they themselves have already carved their path of darkness and have already opened doors to bad energies into the family. And in most cases, they just don't understand because they're lacking understanding, right? It's like how the words from the scripture say, my people are perishing because of lack of knowledge, right? And it's like you have to now be the one who has to deal with these energies and who have to cut these generational cords, right? So that the upcoming generation is quite on a straight path, right? You know, so like these are the battles that sometimes you come into this world and you're already fighting them. For example, the one I was talking about divorce, right? Your mom is still holding a couple of grudges towards your dad, and your dad is holding a couple of grudges towards your mom, right? And it's like these things you see them slightly in such a way that these people think that they're hiding them, right? You see them that they're trying to compensate in such a way that you think they're friends now and everything was okay, but actually you take a close look, you realize these people actually haven't really healed towards each other, right? It's like they haven't really moved on, and there's still an energy there that's hovering, right? That's of vengeance, and that's of maybe other one wishing to see the other one fall some way somehow, and it's like just hidden energies. And God will show you these things just to show, just so you understand the way you, because you are in the middle of this energy. Now he has to reveal these things to you so you find a better stand, right? But anyway, I don't want to really make this video too long, but the thing is, ladies and gentlemen, the aim is not to give up, because sometimes people cannot really believe in you till you actually do it, right? Till you actually take a step and say, you know what, I'm gonna change this, I'm gonna bring this type of change, right? Okay. And sometimes we see these things and we see these energies in our parents, right? And it's like we are not born in, it's not everyone who's born in a dysfunctional family system, right? But the people that are born into the dysfunction and come to the realization of seeing the dysfunction and then picking it up for what it is, are quite very in a position of breaking these of knowing what's this and discovering it and knowing it for what it is and just building differently going forward, right? But anyway, you understand what I'm trying to say, okay? Because sometimes it shouldn't be that you are losing your mind when you are trying to tell somebody about these things and it seems like they don't know anything about it. It seems like you are making it up, or it's just that they have never grown up in such environments. They don't know nothing about it. They didn't know nothing about narcissism, right? They don't know nothing about if a mother can actually hate you because of your dad. Like it's quite very deep. Even me myself saying this, it just sounds crazy. It sounds insane, right? Your dad hates you because of your mom, and it's like you see this, it's hidden in them, right? But then you see them pretending, and it's like they're trying to act like they're cool, but you just see right through them, right? And it's like you see the deep parts of the heart type thing, right? And it is all to grow you, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, you are to change the system, right? You are to not give up. You are to, sometimes they don't really have to believe, find a way to support yourself and take a step towards building your vision. And if you are in a position where you see the dysfunction, see it for what it is and do different, ladies and gentlemen, right? Because consciousness, it's not at the same level type thing. And if you are blessed enough to that God has gave you a certain level of consciousness, I would say use it, ladies and gentlemen, to build and go forward, to create and go forward, right? Anyway, stay blessed, stay prayed up, stay meditated. Peace.